You know what is the trouble with English? It is not like German. It is not an exact language. Or one must memorize 50,000 phrases, or one cannot speak it correctly.
Either one must memorize, or one cannot speak.
Aha! Either or. The time is now finished.
I'm in no hurry.
No, but another pupil is waiting.
What other pupil?
No other pupil. Then I make suggestion. I will telephone a lady friend for you. She will call a friend. Elsa, a genuine flapper.
Not tonight, Ernst.
But you have not seen this, Elsa. Hot stuff. Believe me. After one moment, you'll be making a pass after her.
A pass at her.
Aha, a pass at her.
Anyways, the trouble is I've got a date tonight.
Typewriter? But what can one do with a typewriter?
Not very much lately.
Then come with me. We will make a large whoopee.
For one thing, I've got a budget, and it only allows for a very small whoopee, unfortunately.
Then you're my guest. I will show you the real Berlin. Yeah? So, come. We were acquainted with one another.
As soon as I can afford it.
You know, it is hard adjusting to this idea of a poor American. But what if I told you I know a most excellent way to supplement your income?
Doing what?
Oh, by taking very brief trips. To Paris! Perhaps a few days at each time, but it pays well. Extremely well.
Come in.
Bradshaw, there is a young lady here to see you in a fur coat.
A young lady?
Fraulein Bowles.
Oh, Bowles. Ask her to come in.
You and Fraulein Bowles are old friends. From London, perhaps.
From the Kit Kat Club last night.
Oh, last night. You're some snappy operator.
Cliff! Ernst, darling! Oh, would you be a dear, and would you go get my bags, please? Oh, it is so lovely, Fraulein Schneider! All of these wonderful old pieces. Oh, you can just put those anywhere. I'll unpack later.
Oh, unpack? Bradshaw did not mention
I will just be here temporarily.
No, I'm sorry. This is not possible.
How much are you paying her?
50 marks.
60
It
marks.
is not the
70.
money. I cannot permit
80?
This room is worth 100. More than 100.
80?
85. And now, please make yourself cozy, Frau Bradshaw.
Such a to-do. I will see you Friday for the next lesson, but in the meanwhile, I will tell you something. I think from you, I am taking the wrong kind of lesson.
Okay, Sally, what the hell is this all about?
Would you guess that I was terrified?
Were you?
Well, what if you had thrown me out? Can you imagine how that would feel, being thrown out twice in one day?
You mean Max?
Dear Max. And you know whose fault it was, don't you? If you hadn't come to the club and been so dreadfully attractive and recited poetry...
Sally, about your staying here?
Oh, you know what I would love? Oh, a spot of gin!
Gin.
You've got some, don't you? I mean, I think that one must.
No, I don't have any gin.
Oh. Well, prairie oysters then.
Prairie oysters?
It's just a raw egg, whooshed around in some Worcestershire sauce, so it's heaven for a hangover.
Well, I haven't got a hangover. Say, that's quite a coat.
Well, it should be. It cost me all I had. Little did I realize how soon I'd be unemployed.
Well, what about your job at the club?
Well, that's rather complicated. You see, one of the owners of the club...
Oh, dear Max.
You're divinely intuitive. Oh, I do hope I'm not going to fall madly in love with you. Are you in the theatre in any way? Then you're safe. More or less. No, I do believe a woman can't be a truly great actress till she's had several passionate affairs. Well, and had her heart broken. You know, I should have let Ernst pay my cab fare. He has all that money from Paris.
From Paris?
Yep, he smuggles it in for some political party.
Ernst is in politics.
You didn't know? He goes to Paris about once a month and brings back pots of money. Oops.
And he has to smuggle it in.
Oh, it's terribly dangerous, but you know, Ernst is so resourceful. He's discovered that the customs people almost never open the bags of non-Germans. So, just before the border, he finds some innocent-looking Englishman or young American.
Hard to imagine an American that gullible.
Hals and Beinbruch. It means neck and leg break. It's supposed to stop it from happening. Though I doubt that it really does.
Sally, I think it's about
Drink!
time that... It's amazing. You know what this tastes like? Peppermint.
Well, it is your toothbrush glass. Perhaps I should have rinsed it.
Sally, you've got to understand...
Oh. Hey, is this your book? Oh. Well, it's in German. Mein Kampf.
That's not my book. I thought I should know something about German politics.
Why? You're an American. You know what? I have never known a writer before. Oh, will I be allowed to watch you work? Oh, I promise to be incredibly quiet.
Sally, I don't think I could write with somebody else on the premises.
Then I will go out when you're writing. I'll take long, invigorating walks.
In the middle of the night? And Sally, that's another thing. I'm not a prude.
Oh,
at least I...
Are you homosexual in any way? Bobby thinks that you are.
Bobby?
One of the boys at the club. He claimed to have met you at the Nightingale Bar in London.
It's possible.
Oh, it is! Oh, how fascinating. And did you and Bobby have an affair?
Did he say that?
Oh, well, he certainly implied it.
Well, the truth about Bobby is, he's not my type. I say, am I shocking you talking like this?
No, not a bit. But it is true, though. I mean, you're not just saying it, hoping I'll take my bags and run screaming into the night.
Oh, the thought had occurred to me. But, no, it's all true. However, it's not the sort of thing you generally go around advertising, is it?
Well, no, I suppose not. But isn't that sad? Because, well, I think people are people. I really do, Cliff. I don't think that people should be made to apologize for anything. For example, if I should paint my fingernails green, and it just so happens that I do paint them green, well, if anyone should ask me why, I say, I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty, I reply. So, if anyone should ask about you and me, you have two alternatives. You can either say, oh yes, it's true, we're living in delicious sin. Or you can simply tell the truth and say, I met this perfectly marvelous girl in this perfectly beautiful place as I lifted a glass to the start of a marvelous year. Before I knew it, she called on the phone, inviting. Next moment, I was no longer alone, but sat reciting some perfectly beautiful verse in my charming American style. How I dazzled her senseless was truly no less than a crime. Now I've this perfect perfectly marvelous girl in my perfectly beautiful room, and we're living together and having a marvelous time.
Sally, I'm afraid it wouldn't work out. You're much too distracting.
Distracting? No, inspiring. She tells me perfectly marvelous tales of her thrillingly scandalous life, which I'll probably use as a chapter or two in my book. And since my stay in Berlin was to force creation, what luck to fall on a fabulous source of stimulation. And perfectly marvelous too is her perfect agreement to be just as still as a mouse while I'm giving my novel a whirl. Yes, I've a highly agreeable life in my perfectly beautiful room with my nearly invisible, perfectly marvelous girl. Oh, it's the taxi man. Hello, taxi man. Oh, you can just put those anywhere. I'll unpack later. Can I have 3 marks? That just includes tip. Nope. Thank you. So, quite seriously, Cliff, may I please stay?
Sally, I can't afford it!
It is only for a day or 2. Please.
I met this truly remarkable girl in this really incredible town, and she skillfully managed to talk her way into my room.
Oh, Cliff.
I have a terrible feeling I've said a dumb thing. Besides, I've only got one narrow bed.
We'll think of something.
And now this wild, unpredictable girl,
And this perfectly beautiful man
will be living together and having a marvelous time.